Hello, this is Ron Henderson, President and Broker of Multi-Real Estate Services in Los Angeles and a Gov't Affairs Chair for the California Association of Mortgage Professionals. Well, we knew it was coming, an avalanche of new mortgage regulations. And over the past 2 weeks, we've received 7 regulations that cover 3,507 pages, and the regulators still owe us a few. Let me give you a quick overview of what's been released so far. The Dodd Frank Wall Street Reform and Consumer Protection Act of 2010 was passed by Congress, and it established a new regulating agency called the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau, or the CFPB. Dodd Frank dictated that the mortgage regulations were going to have to be written and released by January 21st of 2013. For the most part, the CFPB has met that criteria, even though many of the rules have issues, and will obviously be amended before full implementation January of 2014. As I previously indicated, we in the mortgage industry, trade groups, investors, servicing division, attorneys, etc., are digesting over 3,500 pages of legal documents. On face value, and in my opinion, 95% of newly released regs are fine and make sense. They're just very costly to implement. Most of them have already been put in place, either dictated by the market or by our state, California, but there's some potential negative consequences that are obvious. Hopefully these areas are going to be ironed out before full implementation of the regs, or credit's going to be highly constrained, and a lot of lenders will definitely pull out of making mortgages. In future blogs, I'll give a breakdown of what's in the regulations, but here's a quick overview of the titles of the newly released regs. And remember, this is on top of the numerous federal and state regulations already in place. Ability to repay and qualified mortgage standards under the Truth in Lending Act. Basically, it's going to dictate who's going to qualify for loans going forward. Escrow requirements under the Truth in Lending Act. High-cost mortgage and home ownership counseling amendments to the Truth in Lending Act. RESPA and Truth in Lending Act mortgage servicing. Appraisals for higher-priced mortgage loans disclosure and delivery requirements for copies of appraisals and other written valuations under the Equal Credit Opportunity Act. Loan originator compensation requirements under the Truth in Lending Act. The CFPB is still writing regulations, but the QRM, or Qualified Residential Mortgage, is a biggie, and if they don't get that one right, it's going to be a big problem. Now, several of us in the California Association of Mortgage Professionals have been working with the CFPB on the regs. They definitely want our feedback. We know the regulators have been given the unenviable task of balancing things between consumer groups, real estate and mortgage industries, the politicians, and the economy. It's been indicated that I'm going to be part of CAMP's delegation in California's representation to go to Washington, D.C. in March to deal with some of this legislation. The subject's critical to real estate and the overall general health of the economy, so hopefully we get something done. Obviously, this is to be continued. If you're in the Los Angeles region, have any specific questions, always feel free in contacting me through my website, mres.com, or the phone number or address shown below. Till next time, take care.